What are you doing?
I'm about to go live.
Wait, how you gonna go live all this stuff?
It's not show. Hello, people. What's going on? How's everything? Uh, got a quick little video to get to you before I head off to my provider position. So I'm not gonna let that go. I promise you. Anyways, this is a response video to a comment that I made on a Tanya TKO video. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Tanya TKO is cool in some sorts. There's a lot of things that she say that are of relevance and can be used in a good way, but there are a lot of things that can be misinterpreted and taken in the wrong light, and it can lead people in the wrong direction. So there's two things. Number one, I'm probably not going to comment on another one of her videos. And it's because I don't really feed into that type of thing. I usually watch stuff, and even though I can agree to disagree on a lot of points, I still watch, I still support, I still view, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. It doesn't bother me because I'm not one of those people that are emotionally driven to dislike everything that somebody likes and stuff like that, like the trolls that y'all are always talking about. But here's the thing. I commented on this video for a specific reason, because a lot of the things that I do and watch and all of that stuff, my kids are involved, right? So when there's slander and they see it, I don't like that idea to settle in their minds. So even, I ain't gonna go into all of that. So the response is to Tory Love commented on my comment on the Tanya TKO thing. So as you can see in the title, that's what the video was. So if you go and look at my comment, you'll see her comment. But this is a response for her. So I'll read you some of her response, and then I'll answer it in that order. So I was basically saying that, as a black man, I can't allow you to poison the youth and impressionable women with this type of rhetoric, right? About stop begging black men to love you. Nobody said that black women were begging black men in the first place, which is already a red flag. The whole begging for love thing. And then when you attach a demographic, a culture, a color, a race, or ethnicity, or whatever to it, then you just kind of feed into the, why are you trying to slide into the screen like all sneaky? So anyways, that's it. You attach a negative connotation to something that is a situational thing. So whether you're black, white, or in between, you can be begging for love, and it's the wrong thing, because you shouldn't be begging for anything, right? So when you attach black men to it, it directly becomes hate, right? And you get these people that are going to agree with you because you have a platform, because you're speaking, because you're saying something, and they gravitate to you for whatever reason. They have invested themselves into you, and now you become truth for them. Whatever you say becomes truth. And it can be a lie, it can be rhetoric, it can be starting chaos, it can be drama, but it's truths in them. So you got to be careful of the things that you say, right? And if you don't have enough intelligence and wisdom and knowledge to know this, then you shouldn't have a platform, because you're supposed to be careful about speak less than what you think. But anyways, so this is some of the comment, right? It says, I'm sorry, but you may be unaware of what's been going on and what's been going on now in the black relationship community. Now, number one, I'm gonna stop right there. The black relationship community, there's a separate relationship community. Okay, I'll take that because I'm black. I can kind of understand that there's different types of relationship from different cultures, and people operate differently. So okay, I'm not oblivious. So it says, you look older, so maybe you spend your days in a more traditional, simple way, watching the news in 60 minutes. So let me bring you back up to date. I'm only 35. I'm not that old. I don't watch TV. So unless it's with my kids and we're watching like a little kid show or a little family movie, I don't just sit down and watch TV. I got way too many more things to do. I'm a family man. I'm busy. I do things. I got other things that I do on the side that I don't always need to disclose to people for approval, and that's probably number one part of your problem. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you're young and you're unexperienced, or inexperienced, sorry, but just because people don't talk to you or tell you or show and prove everything that they do doesn't mean that they don't do it. Some people just don't have time. Some people just don't care to because you're not important enough to them for them to show you what it is that you're doing. So you, one person, an individual, can be like, oh yeah, well, this person is doing this, that I can say that they're a good man, so I can exclude them from this conversation. Nah, you're looking for something that you shouldn't be looking for. So anyways, continue on. It says, Black men have shifted on Black women and have a mean-spirited, resentful, bitter attitude, and don't want Black women to have, and don't want Black women at all. And they have slandered their name in every possible outlet. As soon as a Black man gets two pennies to rub together, he's off to another race, snatching the resources. Key word, because resources doesn't mean resources nowadays. It means money. That's it. That's all it means. Snatching the resources away from the Black community, right? So, and she said, I'm wasting my time by typing this to you because I know, you don't care and you don't get it. But Black love is dead due to white supremacy. Black love is dead because of lack of understanding and knowledge, right? And it's not dead. It's that you don't know what love is because you've never received it. You don't know what it is in the sense of outside of a family member, right? So your family members may love you. But you don't have an idea of what relationship love is. And that's why you feel like Black love is there. You associate the love thing with the color and the culture, right? So if you feel like that, evidently at one point in time, you were dating Black men, right? And whatever Black men done you wrong, maybe because you didn't change things within to attract different people and put yourself in different situations, different demographics, different uncomfortable situations, like things out of your comfort zone, where you meet different people and stuff. Maybe because you didn't do that and you kept attracting the same type of Black man and they done you wrong, that you started to apply this to all Black men. And when there are Black men that are different than what you think, you dismiss them. And see, this is where your issue comes in. This is why you think Black love is dead. But you hear all of that noise in the background? Guess what that is? Go ahead and say something there, dear.
Why you got to put
There you go. You see that? That's Black love right there. And I got Black little children upstairs. And I have a Black mama and a Black daddy and Black sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles who are all married to Black people, right? So there's a lot of Black love, but I'm not going to speak in an individualistic mindset. Speak in a collective. So for every one person that doesn't like you, there's another person that does, that you skip over. You want to know why? Because there's two types of pains in this world. There's a pain that alters, and there's a pain that deeply sticks with you. The pain that deeply sticks with you sometimes tends to be what you use or the lenses in which you project on people, and that's what you see. So now if somebody hurts you, then you're going to think, oh, well, everybody that's in this category is going to hurt me. And you never think to change anything about you. And when I say change you, I don't mean change you for a man. I mean change you for you, right? Stop looking for a relationship, period. It's not what you're supposed to do. Relationships find you. Love finds you. I'm not talking about a person, right? The person is just the vessel in which this love is entangled in, and it will find you if you're ready for it. If your heart and your mind, your spirit, so all of that stuff is in a line. I don't mean alignment like the planets align and no spiritual trash like that. I mean, if all of that stuff is together and you're about your business, you're doing what you're supposed to do, most of the time, love is right in front of your face. You just keep ignoring it because it's not coming in the package that you want it to come. So want and need are two different things. You need to understand what love is. You want a certain type of man. That's a mistake. So all of that stuff that Tiny TKO is talking about, um, I had a whole list of the points in which she contradicts herself in her own video. But there's no need to point that stuff out, right? And the reason why there's no need to point that stuff out is because I had to take a step back and realize that
Your wife crazy because she comes to you, we gonna have problems, and that's black love.
ain't nobody coming for me. I'm not important. So
Right.
what I had to realize is that she doesn't believe half the stuff that comes out of her mouth, right? It's just entertainment. And she does it because, you know, you get the clicks, you get the views, you get the comments, you get a mixture of people, you get the attention, right? You get the attention to your page because you're saying something controversial. Doesn't mean that you live it or this is what. And for whatever reason, people have taken a lot of the entertainment YouTube and made it reality for them and like, oh yeah, that's true, that's right, that's this. Nah, it's just entertainment. And the people who are real and talk to you about real life issues and give you real solutions and things of that nature, you skip over that because that's not drama. It doesn't have anything to do with drama. It doesn't have anything to do with entertainment or fashion or no junk like that or what the latest celebrity is doing or how to make you $1 million in 10 years. So that type of stuff is what you gravitate towards. That's your wants. But your needs, you know, to understand what love is and understand how to cultivate a relationship if you're in one, how to not seek things, how to not beg, how to not covet over other people's stuff, how to not be jealous, and all of those things. You know, life gaining wisdom. You don't care about that stuff. That's why you skip over those things. You'd rather be entertained than you would be educated, right? So I'm not gonna read the rest of the stuff. You know, white supremacy is not why black love is dead, right? The term black love, if that's how you want to classify it. So I'll jump in your lane for a second if you want to classify it. Black love is only dead to you because you choose not to see it. Right? A lot of people are dead to you because you don't see them. That's just the way things work. We're individual mindset. We're individualistic in our mindset sometimes, and everybody has this issue. It's not just you. You know, everybody has this issue. We all go through this, and the more experience you get, the more you allow yourself to be taught, and you glean from older folks who have been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, and said your mindset will change over time. But you're not going to come back on YouTube and be like, oh yeah, you know, you was right. This, that, and the third. When that person finds you, that love finds you, it'll change your whole thought process. Now you're not so, oh, black love is dead. The black man is stupid. He don't want us. And if he get rich, he just gonna leave us. Listen to yourself. If you listen to yourself, if you read these things out loud and say it to yourself as if you were talking to another person, you could hear the flaws. And if you can't, then you need to do some soul searching yourself. So not to bash Tanya TKO or no junk like that, not to bash you. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I don't have no problem answering no questions or no statements or no comments. Now, if it's disrespectful, I will clap back. I will give you a whole stadium a round of applause clap back. But I don't be trying to do that because I'm uplifted. That's what I try to be. So anyways, wife.
Yes, husband.
Black love is dead. You tripping. You tripping. Hey,
But she just can't.
Primus.
That's all.
come here. So let me explain to you why that is a toxic thing. Why that is so toxic. Come here.
Don't put my baby up there.
Come here.
Mm-hmm.
See this little girl right here? See this beautiful little girl right here? Say hey.
Hi.
This is Promise. This is my little cupcake. My little watermelon. You see that watermelon on her shirt? That's my little watermelon. She's a black girl. You know that.
That's right on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're telling me to tell her the black man are trash? I want you to think about that because this is what we're teaching, what we're raising, what we're rearing. This is the future. This was going to be left behind, right? This was the piece of you that's going to be left.
And I got 3
So you see that innocence? You want to taint that innocence with all that trash and send her somewhere else with a people that generationally doesn't like her for this. not for anything else. You got to think about the things that you say out of your mouth. It is a responsibility of yours. It is a duty to make sure that whatever comes out of your mouth is not denigrating to us first. I want you to listen to that. So for you, Tanya TKO and all of her followers and stuff like that, I'm not banging on y'all. I'm telling y'all that this is what you need to be doing it for. Even if you don't have none, right? If you don't have none, there are other ones in the world that probably look up to you in a light that you don't even know because they don't say nothing to you. That's not the way they operate. They're still in a nice mindset where they don't have to show and prove everything to the person that they look up to. No, they just look up to you. They watch everything that you do, don't you?
But it ain't hurting like it was, so I can move around.
So Lonnie Love or Tory Love, yeah, Tory Love, find you a magnanimous man, right? Or don't look for him. But when the magnanimous man comes around, don't ignore him because he doesn't look like what you think he should. Might change your perception on black love. So anyway, say bye to the people.
Bye.
Go ahead, do your thing.
What you should have showed
Talk to
this
y'all.
face here.
Oh yeah, come here.
What is it?
This is
Last,
the reason why
come
Black
here,
left me dead.
come here, sir. Oh yeah, this is another one we training up so that black love isn't dead. You know,
What?
look at that. Look at that innocence on his face. He's going to be somebody's everything because that's what we train him to be.
What is the topic?
Don't worry about it.
Let's take a picture too.
So say hi to the people.
Hi, peoples.
Anyways, talk to y'all later, man. I made this long enough. If y'all got any questions, man, put them down in the comment section, and I'll get back to it as quickly as possible.